Is I've had the opportunity to promote 7 women and 1 man. The good old girls must stick together without ever being insecure or petty with our motives. Going to bat for and contributing to the advancement and exaltation of all women is a major component of empowering. We as women leaders know through our experience in this generation, you really can have it all, but not all of it at once.
Recognized leaders themselves must adopt the philosophy that there is plenty of room at the top for others with a variety of skills, and in so doing, do all they can to promote one another in utilizing every opportunity to showcase the skills and talents of other women. This exposure helps build self-confidence. This exposure helps build recognition. The two are vital keys to success in today's society.
Let go of your busy schedules long enough to take someone under your wing. Nurture their self-esteem. Shower them with hope and with reassurance. Give them that little extra push when they feel overwhelmed. Support them when they fall down, which they will. And be there to sing their praises and celebrate their accomplishments. Be a role model. Teach by example. And make sure that they know that nothing comes easily, and anything worth doing is worth taking the risk for.
We need to go into the schools. We need to start when young women are very young, elementary school, and convince them they can be anything they want to be. We have to go into the high schools and into the colleges and say it again, you can be anything you want to be. We have to go and transmit information to them. Tell them about what we do. I dare say that 99% of the people in the state of Tennessee don't know what a destination management company. It's incumbent upon me to go into the high schools and to go into the colleges and tell these young women, you can do what I do.
Empowerment, encouragement, networking, teaching by example, learning to be bold. This is why these organizations celebrate Women's History Month.
Can you imagine not being able to realize your dreams just because you're a woman?
No, Grandma, I can't imagine that.
The history of women. Celebrate it every day.
Joining the AWA for the first time this year as a major underwriter is Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation. Columbia HCA supports the work of women in medicine and provides specialized quality care for women and children in Middle Tennessee and across the country. The AWA wishes to thank this community leader for their support. The Nashville Banner and the Tennessean have been major underwriters of this event from the first, and these organizations' contributions to the AWA's position as a major community event are immeasurable. The Nashville Banner and the Tennessean have been most generous in their contributions of advertising space, and we are deeply grateful for their sponsorship. Nations Bank has also been a major underwriter of the Academy from the beginning, and in 1992 received the very first AWA Corporate Award. Nations Bank continues to endorse the advancement of women in the workplace and is an important and generous supporter of many Nashville organizations. We appreciate their many contributions to women in our community and to the AWA. For the third year, News Channel 5 joins us as a major underwriter, and tonight's program features video segments which are the work of the talented staff of News Channel 5. This organization embodies the important message of the AWA through their support of women in the workplace and coverage of women's issues and concerns. We value their contributions to life in Middle Tennessee and thank News Channel 5 for their support. Di Van Mall and Lawrence, J.C. Bradford and Company, Ingram Industries Incorporated, and Tennessee Orthopedic Associates are the major benefactors of the 1995 Academy for Women of Achievement. Thank you for recognizing the important work of the YWCA and the many contributions of women to our community through your generous participation in this event. First American Corporation has been an important partner to the Academy for Women of Achievement since its inception, and tonight we are delighted to thank them for their continuing role as a major underwriter, as well as recognize First American Corporation as the winner of the 1995 AWA Corporate Award. Over 75% of First American's employees and well over 50% of First American's managers are women. In the past 3 years, First American Corporation has made substantial progress in promoting women into top management positions and has instituted a management inventory program to identify high-potential women for advancement and development support. As important, First American supports women in the workplace through job sharing and flex time to allow women to meet both career and family goals, has negotiated discounts at child care facilities to help defray employees' child care costs, and provides comprehensive medical benefits to part-time employees, most of whom are women. Women serve in major board and advisory positions for the organization and play important roles in First American's training and employee development programs. For their ongoing support of the advancement of women in the financial services industry, the AWA is proud to recognize First American Corporation. It would be impossible for the Academy of Women of Achievement to exist without the support of every person in the room tonight, and especially without the ongoing support of our major underwriters and benefactors. Please join the YWCA in thanking our corporate partners.
There are two advantages to being a woman in the political process. Number one, we all don't look alike.
When I was first elected, I was not the first woman on the council, but I was the only woman among those 40 members my first term. And I think I felt a great sense of responsibility to do well.
It was hard going, real hard, but it's been worth it.
The second advantage to being a woman is that women are perceived as being more honest and more fair.
It may hurt. You may be very unhappy, but it is important that you be honest.
I think it's just wonderful that Tennessee is finally celebrating their wonderful vote back years ago that gave women the right to vote. But I feel that there really should not be second-class citizens in any dimension.
I feel like I can almost do anything I try to do. I put my heart in. I don't think you can accomplish if you don't.
Somebody, I guess, has to be first. I'm glad I was the first, but I'm glad I'm not the only.
I had hundreds, I guess almost thousands of students that have come by. And when they come back, the fact that they remember me, that they appear to be very glad to see me, and I'm very glad to see them. And as I said, I'm a huggy person. And
I think I'm a patsy. I cry over things that, upset me. I see children that are sick or people, and I get very upset inside about it, and I have to do something.
You don't have to be the chairman. You don't have to be the boss. It's fun to be a worker bee. And you get satisfaction, great pleasure from doing all the little things.
When I have a person to come to me and say that I would like to do some of the things that you have done, would you tell me how I can get involved? Would you tell me what to do to get involved? Then I feel like perhaps there has been a difference.
I just think being involved in the political process is like volunteering for any other kind of community service. I think it's important. I wish more people wanted to do it. And I was just one of those who was willing to try.
The thing that really moved me into being a candidate was that this community, the Vanderbilt University community, was being written off.
In my retirement letter, I mentioned to the dean of the school that I had taught, I was now teaching the children of the students that I taught when I began teaching, and that I refused to teach their grandchildren. If you don't want to know what I think, don't ask me. If you ask me, I will tell you.
Sometimes I just to all of the things I do, but I guess it keeps me out of trouble.
How do you juggle it? I don't know.
Look at the agencies and see what appeals to you, but by all means, do something.
If you're going to be in politics, you need to stand for something. Otherwise, let somebody else do it.
When you know who you are and where you are, and you're centered and focused, then you can run and you can do a good job, and you can ignore the hype on the one side and the hate on the other.
I won my first election by 10 votes in a runoff because I was very clear about which side I was on.
I think that you do something. If you leave footprints somewhere, somehow, you have done something, hopefully for the better.
It has been a wonderful adventure. You learn a lot more than you possibly know you can.
My husband says that I become active in things that don't pay a penny. He said, can you not find something that at least will buy gasoline for your car? And I have not found that yet.
What am I involved in now? I don't know. I don't know. I'm an old lady, but I've got a lot of pull. The first thing I was involved in, I was 7 years old, and we were making knitting squares for quilts for the children out at John Thomas Fresh Air Camp. And I was 7 years old then when we were doing that, just knitting, you know. So we always were trained that we were so lucky we had to do things for other people. And it was just in my upbringing, I guess.
I was on the playground at Palmer School, and one of my playmates was explaining to me that the woman who took care of me was not going to heaven because she was a black person and black people were not really people. And I got really angry and really upset and went storming into Weston Methodist Church, where I was an active young person, and said, "What is all this about?" And and I was gratefully told that we